I want to ask you for a hypothetical question. What if I was to say to you that instead of doing a church service today, we're going to actually take a missions trip? Missions trips are cool. The church does them all the time. But missions trips cost you something. They cost you something financially, usually, to go on the trip. It's going to cost you a whole day. Today, we're going to go downtown in Indianapolis, take the whole day. It's going to take 10 hours to do it. It's going to cost you about $15 for gas and food and all the other stuff we got to do. And we're going to go share the truth with people on the streets of Indianapolis, people who don't know the truth. We're going to share the truth with them. How many of you good Christians at this church, led by good pastoral leadership, would be willing to go with me on a 10-hour missions trip downtown in the rain today? We're not coming back till after dark. And we're going to share the truth with people on the streets of Indianapolis who have never heard the truth. Everyone who wants to go on that trip, raise your hand. 3. What's wrong with you people? Seriously? You wouldn't go with me to share the truth? I think most of you would. But what if I told you the truth we're going to share is the truth about your favorite dessert? In other words, you've got some dessert you like. What did they say in the last service? Somebody in the first row said, persimmon. I said, what's the best dessert in Indiana? And she said, persimmon pudding. Seriously? Seriously? That's the best you guys got. So what is the best dessert in Indiana, honestly? What is it? It is what? Yell it out. What? Sugar cream pie. That does sound pretty good. Chocolate eclairs, those are better. You're better. You're chocolate. It's got the chocolate part right. So everyone's got a different opinion about this, huh? So if I said to you, we're going to go downtown and we're going to share the truth about dessert, most of you would say, that's a stupid trip. Why would I spend $15 of my time and my whole day in the rain on the streets of Indianapolis to share your favorite dessert? By the way, you all got it wrong. The best dessert is chocolate chip cookies. Duh. Like that was a hard one. Come on, everyone knows this. Have you ever had, by the way, have you ever had Chick-fil-A chocolate chip cookies? Are those the best chocolate chip cookies or what? Okay, good. We're in the club together. So that's what I'm saying. This is a great dessert. But I still wouldn't go share it downtown. Why? Because you know this would be a stupid trip, because this is really a matter of opinion. And this is the first thing we have to get right about truth claims. This claim about your favorite dessert is called a subjective truth claim, because you get to decide as the subject whether or not it is true. It's all come down to subjective opinion. Got it? That's the difference. You're not interested in going on a trip like this. But what if I told you have a different kind of trip? There are people downtown in Indianapolis right now who are dying of tuberculosis. It's actually a problem in Southern California. It's on the rise. TB is back. It can be cured, but people have to know they have it. And there are people downtown Indianapolis right now who don't even know they have TB. They're coughing, they got a fever, they think they have, bronchitis, they're taking NyQuil and daycare and all kinds of silly stuff to try to treat it, and they're feeling okay. They don't know they're actually slowly dying of TB. We can go and we can save these people, and we just have to go and share the cure. If we took that kind of a trip, I bet you most of you would be willing to spend the $15 and take a day, because you know that these people who are living on the streets with TB and have kids who are also contracting TB will be dead unless you get there with the cure. That's a trip most of us would take. We won't go to share our favorite dessert, but you probably would go to share the cure. And the reason why you do it is because you know this is different. And by the way, the cure is isoniazid. It's part of a 3 antibiotic cocktail we give to cure TB. Without isoniazid, this doesn't work. I got TB several years ago from a guy I arrested. And I didn't know it at first, but I finally went to the doctor, and it wasn't active. I was just positive, TB positive. They won't even treat you if you're over 40 with TB. So I'm still TB positive. But I'm not TB active, hopefully. We'll find out at lunch when we all sit close to each other and have lunch. So we'll see. Don't drink after me for sure. But the point is, we can cure it. We know how to cure it. And this kind of a truth claim is very different than the claim about dessert. This is about truth, and it resides not in, my opinion, by the way, can't change whether isoniazid is the cure for TB. Your opinion can't do anything with it. You might be of the opinion, I hate needles. I don't want to take isoniazid. I'd rather just continue to take daycare. Guess what? Your opinion won't change the fact that isoniazid is the cure for this. Sorry, that's the cure. Because this claim is not a subjective truth claim that resides in your opinion. This is an objective claim, because the truth of this resides in the object itself. This is what makes it true. You don't make this true. Isoniazid makes this true. Got it? That's the difference. And we have to get this difference right, church. Because I tell you what's happening. I don't think many of us share. How many of you feel like you're the Billy Graham of your generation? In other words, you're at a restaurant, you're sitting down waiting for a table, you're sharing the gospel. You're in line at the market, you can't help yourself, you're sharing the gospel. Everywhere you go, you're like Franklin and Billy Graham. You can't shut up. You're like Ruth Graham. You're constantly sharing the gospel. Raise your hand if that's who you are. Raise your hand. Nobody. No, and if anyone does raise your hand, you're a liar. Okay? Really? Why don't we share this? Is it because we think, and really deep in our heart, at least we act as though we think, that the gospel is a subjective claim? It really is a matter of opinion. I got a different view of God than you do. My view is my view. Your view is your view. I would never force my view on you. Are we treating the gospel of Jesus Christ like a cookie instead of a cure? Are we treating it as though it's a subjective truth claim instead of an objective truth claim? I think we are. And I think a lot of it's because we don't understand the difference.